There is a misconception about the Bears defense that I just want to clear up. Our defense wasn't as great as it was last year, and I think I know why we don't have that greatness. That 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 we had with Fangio. And it's partly because we miss Ed Donatel. Ed Donatel is probably the best DB coach in the league. If you ever played football, you understand that a lot of your assignments, a lot of your coverages, they come directly from your DB coach. You may set up in a cover 3 and then roll over to a 1. You may set up in a cover 2. And somebody is a robber. You usually get those calls from your DB coach. And when looking at some film, I noticed that our biggest problem with our safeties was, they always seem to be out of position. They were in the wrong position. Eddie Jackson being in the box when he shouldn't be. He should be free. But they also were way deeper than they needed to be. And that's our defense as a whole, though. Our zones were way deeper than they needed to be. And we don't have the type of cornerbacks that peel off zones and understand concepts. So while they can take control of their man, they can peel off like a Marcus Peters does, like a Jalen Ramsey does, because they understand conceptually what they're looking at. We don't have those corners. We do have that in a safety in Eddie Jackson, but he isn't allowed to freestyle. He isn't allowed to be himself like he was last year under Fangio. So if you rewind and you watch the tape and you look a little bit more, look at our DBs and pay attention to the softness under Deshae Townsend. And look at the difference in the way they played under Ed Donatel. It's a point that has to be brought up, and I think it's an area in our defense that has to be corrected. Because say what you want about our front, they got pressure. I mean, hell, missing Akeem Hicks didn't help, but they get pressure. But our safety play, specifically our safety play, our DB play was suspect. It was suspect a lot. Especially with Prince Amukamara not being himself, him losing a step. Maybe he was injured. Kyle Fuller wasn't able to drive as much as he wanted to. He had to switch up his style a little bit. Partly because he probably couldn't trust the people behind him. Now, granted, he can trust Eddie Jackson because Eddie Jackson is a damn good DB, damn good safety. But Clinton Dix sort of put a chink in our armor. He sort of was the problem of our DB room. Being out of position, not understanding assignments, being late to the ball, taking wrong angles, not hitting like he should, not stepping up. He does a lot of catch technique when he tackles, and it's annoying from a safety. He's not a small guy. He's just not a guy that enjoys laying the lumber like he should. But then again, the defensive coaching staff put him as sort of that free safety, that high safety, when that's not what he should be for us. He shouldn't be on this team, and I really hope he isn't next year. But just take a peek at that. Deshae Townsend, our DB coach, secondary coach, he has to go. And now he has to make a hard decision. I hope they'll look at the tape and they have a conversation. But we need people in our coaching room. We need people in Hollis Hall that point out these things and tell you, hey, why your safety's so deep. They could have essentially just copied what Fangio did last year with his DB play. But Townsend tried to do his own thing, and it ain't working. And it turned a great defense into a good defense. Now, I know we missed Akeem Hicks. I know Raquan fell. I know Danny fell. But that's no excuse. No excuse. Because Nick Williams stepped up. He stepped up damn well. Nick Kwiatkowski stepped up. Kevin Lewis. I keep trying to turn him into a Frenchman. They stepped up. So we have no excuse why our defense was average to the eye, to a true Bears fan. Our defense was not what it was supposed to be. So we have to step that up. We have to do it quick.